stay clean. I know I'm clean. I don't use anything. You know, it's just hard work and dedication.
Talk so much crap, you know. Talk so much stuff. But and when he comes, he gets the opportunity to fight, and then he go takes his drug. What did he? Well, he drank in 10-minute water, but you money. We can't wait for the excuse.
And hit Angel, not to might kill him. God forbid if that happens. And this guy's on game, he's found out on game. What I'm saying is that they now need to talk about legal action outside of boxing. Say, if you take this, you are legally going to be prosecuted because you could kill someone.
I think the commissions and everything, they're doing the best job they can do to clean it out and find the people that are, you know, doing that sort of thing. So, you know, drug cheats need to, you know, they need to step aside and let real fighters fight.
Which cheats is this? It doesn't make you a better fighter. I boxed 3 drug cheats, beat 2 of them, drew one of them. It doesn't make you a better fighter. So you take your gear for whatever reason. It doesn't make you technically better. It doesn't make you throw a better jab.
The matter is, it's like if you go to prison, you're found guilty of a crime, you go to prison, you serve your sentence, and the slate gets wiped clean. And it's not a lifetime ban, it's what it is. If it was a lifetime ban, then that'd be the end.
We're going to talk, and I guess people, it doesn't bother me. I know I'm not none of that, so really that's none of my business. I don't really care to even fit.
I mean, this got to a point where Fabio is stumbling around. He's not even aware of his surroundings, it doesn't look like. The doctors are checking on him round after round. And, you know, I said Daniel had big stones to get off the canvas. Fabio Wardley's got a chin of iron because he ate some absolute nukes. Shots that put Anthony Joshua on the floor from Daniel Dubois and probably would have put a lesser man in the hospital that night. I mean, I'm sure Fabio's in the hospital now, but stress.
Bad beef, or there's gonna be tea, or it's gonna be them burritos he's been eating in Mexico.
Wardley neglected all of his little bit of boxing skill, what he's learned over the white collar and through the fights that he's been involved in. I mean, he's had a fantastic career, and I don't think this is the end of Fabio Wardley at all, but he showed that he's a bit naive and a bit green. Like I said, his attacks were very crude. I don't know what Ben Davison should have been telling him. Stop throwing that overhand right from out of range. It's like he's looking for the knockout punch. He's not even got his feet.
I believe that any fighter that is knowingly cheated in a sport of boxing should never be allowed to fight again. Now, I do not believe that he...
Match, but I don't think he should fight. I genuinely don't think he should take that rematch. I think that's too dangerous. I genuinely think he took way too much punishment, and that was so severe. If I were him, I'd never.
Difference fighting a world champion, a legitimate world champion for a title, and beating a world champion who's already a world champion. And Fabio Wardley hasn't beat a current world champion to be the champion, has he? Joseph Park.
Daniel Dubois just got accused of using PEDs after absolutely destroying Fabio Wardley. And the boxing world is completely split down the middle about whether this monster performance was natural or not.
Nobody could ever question this young man again. Yeah? All that quitting nonsense, nobody will ever question him again.
Two-time heavyweight champion of the world under you.
It sounds good, doesn't it?
It does.
There's more to come. There's more to come. We were in there with a very dangerous fighter in the name of Fabio Wardley. He should be proud of himself.
The accusations exploded online because fans couldn't believe the level of destruction they witnessed. We're talking about bombs that would have folded most heavyweights instantly. Yet Wardley kept getting back up, which only made Dubois look more superhuman.
Hell of a fight. I think the worst thing that happened was that knockdown in the first round. After that, Wardley was just looking for that right hand. No jabs, no defense, no left hook. Sorry, meat and chicken. You know what I mean? But it was a hell of a fight. He showed the heart of a champion, and I think there should be...
But here's what's wild. Dubois himself sounds completely unfazed by all the noise. No panic, no desperate denials, just calm confidence. Either he's telling the truth or he's the most composed fighter under pressure we've ever seen.
Let's have the fight, he kept his shape. You know, the jabs working, dominant head to body, kept slinging that big right hand over the top. Now and again, he's whipping it up the middle. He had good feet for a big guy, good feet. And I thought, you look the part. But then there was no plan B that he could rely on if that didn't work. And you saw from round 6, he lost his shape. The shape had gone because there was no plan B. You know, when he get hit, he was like he completely turned. And trust me, this boy's got no coward in him.
Frank Warren jumped to his defense immediately, pointing out that boxing already has systems in place for this stuff. Suspensions, punishments, the whole deal. His argument, once you serve your time, the sport moves forward, but fans aren't buying it. Now get this, Wade Plemons watched the fight live and was blown away by the savage punishment both guys absorbed. He specifically called out Dubois' terrifying power throughout the entire contest. That's exactly why the PED rumors started spreading like wildfire.
One of the best fights I've ever seen. One of the best fights. Fair play to Fabio Wardley. What a hard man he is. He didn't want to quit. His corner didn't pull him out. And Daniel Dubois kept his composure. He kept his composure, stuck to the plan. He started to get a bit tired himself. He realised that Wardley's still got something in the tank. He kept pulling it out of the bag. He looked dead on his feet. But what?
Derek Chisora got brutally honest about fighters who failed drug tests and the excuses that always follow. Contaminated supplements, accidental mistakes, the usual stories. His frustration is adding even more fuel to the Dubois debate right now. But here's where it gets interesting. Carl Frock thinks everyone's missing the point entirely. He believes Wardley abandoned smart boxing and became desperate for knockout shots. According to him, this was about tactical mistakes, not conspiracy theories.
I've never seen a heavyweight fight that captivating, that entertaining, round after round, backwards and forwards. The heart on these guys, the balls, the bravery. That's what you want to pay. That's what you want to. We hope every time we tune in for a heavyweight championship, you're getting that type of energy. They both gave everything they had. I could watch that 10 times.
Eddie Hearn just made a massive statement. He said fighters who intentionally cheat should be banned for life from boxing. But then he added something huge. He doesn't personally believe Dubois falls into that category. That's influential people giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I needed that slap just to wake up, you know, stay in reality, you know. It's just not slip, you know, I've got to dig deep. And as a warrior, you have to dig deep. You've got to go to that dark place and come out.
Barry McGiggins is genuinely worried about Wardley's health after the punishment he absorbed. He thinks a rematch could be seriously dangerous. When respected boxing figures are questioning if Fabio should even return, you know the damage was severe. Here's the kicker, though. Multiple trainers are now saying this fight proved Dubois has finally matured mentally. For years, people questioned his toughness under pressure. Now he's survived adversity and broken down a top contender systematically.
What a warrior he is, and came through that test. You know, coming off the back of the loss, I was a bit nervy to start off with and a bit all over the place, but I pulled it together and got the victory.
Dubois himself opened up about having difficult moments during the fight. He talked about needing that corner slap to reset his focus, having to go to a dark place mentally. These aren't the words of someone pretending it was easy. David Haye called it one of the most captivating heavyweight battles he's ever watched. Pure entertainment from start to finish. But because Dubois looked so physically dominant, celebration quickly turned to suspicion online. So there you have it. The boxing world is completely divided after one of the most brutal heavyweight fights in recent memory. Some believe Dubois simply evolved into a more dangerous fighter. Others think the performance was too dominant to be natural. Until anything official says otherwise, Dubois is standing firm that everything came through hard work and discipline. What do you think after hearing all these reactions? Is Dubois being unfairly accused, or do fans have the right to question such a destructive performance? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if this breakdown helped you understand what's really happening. And subscribe because this heavyweight division is about to get even crazier.